Thank you so much for coming and participating in our Bhakti Space this evening. Please close your eyes. Let us do a quick meditation round and then we can proceed with our discussions. As we breathe, let us start being conscious and aware. Start observing. Ultimately, our real position is actually an observer. As the mind is performing its activities, as the intelligence is performing its activity, body is doing its activity, we're actually aloof from all these things. So, just please focus. Sure, the moment you close your eyes, there are all these thoughts about yesterday and tomorrow and today and the work and the family and everything around. Please try to put them off. Now is the time for yourself. Next 1.5 hours, just for ourselves. The moment we start breathing consciously, our blood pressure, our heart rate, everything becomes normal. It doesn't matter what sort of background you come from or what's your view on life or whatever. It doesn't matter. Just take a deep breath in and then while exhaling, we'll all recite Om together. Please take. One more time. Last time all together. Kindly continue to close your eyes and hold your palms together, close to your heart. Let's recite a few mantras, invoking the presence of the Supreme, Auspicious, Supreme Divinity, Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Naram Chaiva Narottama Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirayet Tato Jaya Mudirayet. I hear a lot of shy voices. Please don't be shy. It's okay if you make a mistake. Hear attentively and just repeat. I've been coming here since quite some time now, so just feel comfortable. It's our space. You don't need to feel judged here. Nobody's going to judge you. Just try your best. For the time being, just ignore what your mind is telling about you being a good reciter or not a so good reciter. So it doesn't matter really. Please focus. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu Nityam bhagavata sevaya Nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavati uttamashloke Bhagavati uttamashloke Bhaktir bhavati naishthiki. Very good. Try one more time now, a different mantra, but please try to focus. Just let the sound vibrations come out. These Sanskrit mantras, when you recite, they really let your mind free of all the unwanted things which are there in the heart. Please focus. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Let us offer our respect to the Guru. Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Let's perform the mantra yajna now, what we usually do. So please tell your mind to be peaceful, calm. Just tell that, next maybe 10 minutes is the time wherein you're going to do a very sacred activity. You're spacious, bringing auspiciousness not just to yourself, but to everyone around. When it's done in the right spirit, the pure heart, this can satisfy ourselves to the extent that there will not be anything else which is there in the heart, which is being sought behind. All the material desires just, they get dried, because our heart will be filled with Krishna and Krishna's love. So let us try this simple exercise. All that we need to do is just recite Hare Krishna mantra, the best of our sincerity, best of our abilities. Hear to the mantras, our own mantras. And that's it. No need to process, no need to think about it, no need to visualize anything. The process is to hear. Sound vibration, which is the most purifying substance, just need to hear. Try to be as sincere as possible and just hear. And that's it. So let's do it together. I'll be counting, so you don't need to worry about that as well. Just recite Hare Krishna mantra. Be comfortable. Tell your mind that you will give its time afterwards. Get its time. For now, we just need it. So let's start. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All of us. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One last time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I'll just recite a mantra to invoke spaciousness and peace everywhere. You can just listen to that. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you. Good. Let us take our Gita then. Anyone would like to share any experience of what you got when you were chanting or reciting or doing meditation? No? No one wants to share anything?
Yeah, I'd like to share something.
Sure.
It sort of, for me, it controls my mind. At the same time, it clears out some of the junk from my mind.
It's very good. Good. Anyone else? Anything else?
It was enjoyable.
You did the dance, Diliana?
It felt flowy. Danceable, yes.
Good. We discussed second chapter Gita, verse 13 and 14 last time. Not sure if anybody got a chance to go back and study. Oh, Craig doesn't have a book. Can you share with him? This is a Gita, Craig. This is Bhagavad Gita. I don't know if you have heard of this before. Yeah. We have been discussing some teachings of the Gita now. So we discussed verse number 13 and 14 last time about the position of Atma, who we are, what we are, everything. And we'll be doing verse 2.40 now, second chapter number 40. This book, it is 132. Second chapter
Okay.
and verse 40. 2.40.
Oh my God.
What happened?
This one, it's a different edition.
It's okay. I'll find it for you.
In a different area.
No? Here. Mhm. The corner of it. Yeah.
Text 40.
Yes, text 40. Okay, so let's recite this and then we'll continue afterwards. It may seem like tongue twister, but just bear with us and let the Sanskrit do the magic by itself. So please repeat. Neha bhikramanashosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat neha bhikramanashoste pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Let's do it together, all of us. Neha bhikramanashosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. So Krishna is saying that in this process there is no loss or diminution. A little advancement in this path can protect oneself from the greatest dangers. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Trayate means to protect. Bhaya is fear. We have been discussing since quite some time now that we have got this amazing opportunity as a human. That is a special prerogative right now which we have. And in this form of life, it is really important that we use it to the best ability how it is supposed to be used. We can also use it in different ways, but the most important thing is to make sure that we understand our own selves. We start functioning in that platform, and that is the dharma which Krishna is referring to here. And any advancement which we make in this path, it can protect us from the greatest of the dangers, which is basically is a future which is awaited if we don't become spiritual. Right? Especially in Netherlands, we all have like so many insurance, right? Okay, have insurance for this and that, and health insurance and vehicle insurance and house insurance and liability insurance and lawyer insurance and so many insurance. But why is it? Why do we have insurance?
Security.
Of what? What does insurance do really?
To imagine that we have peace of mind.
Yeah, how?
Because we imagine that if something goes wrong, we're protected.
Yes, right. So that's the underlying emotion which the companies play with, right? And oh, you may get into this. Your car may be in. Oh, your house may be stolen or on fire or whatever. So you keep accumulating insurance after insurance, and the hope is that no matter whatever is going on around, you will be sort of safeguarded. Right? If the house catches fire, whatever is the worth is given back to you. You can buy one more house. If somebody steals something from the house, you can claim it back. If the car is an accident, you can claim it back. And there is something called as life insurance, which, something happens, you die, and your family gets. But that doesn't make sense. Right?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it makes some sense. But what is the real sense there? Real life insurance should have been that you do something now, it is protecting you. Right? That's real life insurance, right? Yeah, that's how everything else plays out. It's a protection which is given to you, but then when it comes to life insurance, something happens to you, let's say I die, but then my family gets something. But what about me then? What do I get? No, you're gone. The whole world thinks on this premise, right? The whole thinking process is, you just have one life. Somehow you're living. There is no past, nothing. There's no future, nothing. Just one life. And if you die, your family gets something. But what about you? Nothing. So Krishna is giving you here an insurance for yourself. Dharma is an insurance for yourself. It's to protect yourself. Because if you're not careful as humans, we have no idea when exactly is the point in time wherein we'll be facing with this situation of life called as death. And we have no idea what's going to happen afterwards. Right? Anybody knows? No idea, right? And it may take another 1,000 years for the science to eventually figure out that karma actually is a scientific thing. It's not just a belief system. The whole Vedic process is not a belief system. But just because you don't see something also doesn't mean that it is not existing. Right? You see, Krishna is not speaking about some esoteric concepts of God and all those things in this preliminary verses of Bhagavad Gita. It's about yourself, your activities, and your own, what you're going to get or not get based on your activities. Right? So, one might tell, who has seen in the past? Or who has seen the future? Now, what makes spirituality really interesting is that, unfortunately, there is no reference point for those things. Right? You can't really. It's not that Shane has experienced a few times now, and he's here to tell that this is how it was, and I died a few times, and this is my experience how it was afterwards, and you better take to spirituality and study Gita and then recite Hare Krishna mantra, and then nobody gives experience like that. If Shane would be doing that, perhaps we would not be sitting here, right? We would run away maybe. Wow. So that makes spirituality really interesting, because you need to be intelligent enough to intuitively understand the laws of nature by how it's functioning now. Right? It's just intuition. So Vedic life is based on that. It's intuition. Now, You may tell that, oh, what's the scientific proof of that? But the science is telling that, at least the modern science in the way it's taught in the schools, is telling that men were basically so primitives 5,000-6,000 years ago, and there was no concept of whatever arranged, organized system. They were all living in the forest, just hunting animals, and eventually there was a forest fire, and then animal was burnt, and then they understood that cooking animal is more tastier. That's how they teach, really. Right? So they kept evolving, and then they understood you can actually grow something, and then they started agriculture. And anybody has seen that? No. People have found some evidence, some were lying, and then trying to somehow or the other connect some dots. Well, Gita is at least 5,000 years ago. I don't think people who are primitives would have composed something like Gita. Right? It's really inconceivable for me if somebody tells that, yeah, primitives composed Gita. They were like hunting in the forest and had no idea what's life about, and they were the ones who composed Gita. No. This is a civilization which was different. And just because modern science is not in line with it doesn't mean that you can't take away the teachings. Even as per modern science, at least they accept that Mahabharata war, there are scientists who have established the date of Mahabharata war to be somewhere in around 5,000 years ago, based on the constellations which are described in Mahabharata. And Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata as a literature. So the point which I'm trying to say is that just because modern science is not really in alignment with the karma siddhanta, that actually you are responsible for your actions, and there is some past which you are not aware of, and there's going to be a future. Just because modern science tells that it's all just random chances, that you are like this, you don't need to necessarily believe in that. You can also question that. So for me, it's a bit hard to believe in science also. That when they tell that it's all random chance. If they tell me that, yeah, no, I breathe out oxygen, I breathe in oxygen by chance, I breathe out carbon dioxide by chance, the plants take carbon dioxide by chance, they give me oxygen by chance, the rain comes by chance, Earth is tilted at 22.5 degrees because of chance. And Sarthak came today late because of chance. Everything is chance. Like, how is that? It really doesn't make sense to me. It's not chance. So Vedic view is that no, none of them is chance. They all have a specific reason behind, and some more things we can put in. People are born in Somalia because of chance. People are born in America because of chance. No. Somebody is suffering because of chance. No. Somebody is happy because of chance. How can you say like this, right? It's really hard to put 1 + 1 = 2 when you start really questioning this. If it's all because of chance, what's the meaning then? Why you should do anything at all? So Karma Siddhanta tells that no, you're responsible for your actions. You are responsible. If somebody is suffering, it's because of their own karma. If someone is enjoying, it's because of their own karma. It's fair then, right? The faith-based religions, many of them, they take the approach that no, the God is putting them in suffering. But what sort of God is that? Who puts people into suffering? Some people into suffering, some people into enjoyment. What sort of God is that? Right? And the science tells no God, nothing. It's just random chance. Crazy. Right? So Vedic life takes a different approach that no, it's not random chance. It's not because of God also. It's because of the individual. The individual is responsible. You're enjoying or suffering, whatever, it's because of yourself. Now, the whole understanding then is built upon this underlying reality of life, that you are not temporary existence. The body is temporary, but you who you are an eternal being. And you're transmigrating from body to body to body to body. So right now you're having this body, which is a human body, and you have had some other bodies in the past, and you're going to have some other bodies in the future. But right now, you're having a human body. The whole Gita is built with this premise. Having a human body right now, use it to the best ability, not just in trying to do something which even other bodies can be also facilitating. So the first thing then one should be doing with this body is to actually start understanding, yeah, I have a special prerogative, not being a superior animal species, but I am having this ability to actually think beyond eating, mating, sleeping, defending. And when we start this process, what happens is that the karmic reactions which are falling on you, you can actually start cutting them down. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. Once we are into some other species of life, as per Srimad Bhagavatam, there are 8.4 million species of life. Not people or living entities, but different species, categories of species, right? 8.4 million of them, out of which human is a very special species. There are also other species. Yes, the moment we are into other species, it's like sitting in a roller coaster, right? If you have gone to these fantasy parks, you sit in a roller coaster, it doesn't matter how hard you shout. They're not going to stop just because somebody is shouting. Right? You have experienced this? People are like, I want to get down. It's not stopping just because you want to get down. It will stop when the whole machine comes to a halt, and then you get down. So life's journey in other species is like that. It does not matter what you think then, right? Because that's a cycle. So from, hypothetically speaking, from animal A or species A to B to C to D to E to F. And then one of their stages is a human. And that's when, literally, that's the only time you get a chance. Oh my God, what's going on? Oh, I don't want to be in this thing. I can actually now, I want to get down of it. I don't want to be in this kind of roller coaster of birth and death and birth and death. I better take myself away from it and start living a life eternally, not a temporary existence. Yeah? So that's what Krishna is saying. Is it making sense? That once you start that journey in human life, you actually cut down your reactions of what you would perhaps become if you wouldn't start thinking in this direction. Right? I just defined what is dharma. So spot quiz. Let's see how many of you were attentively hearing. It was some time ago in my discussion. I said dharma is that activity which you perform in your true self, true nature, right? That's dharma. Yeah? So Krishna is saying, Swalpam apesa dharmasya, even little bit of dharma you do in this life, that will protect you. Hare Krishna. It will save you, protect you from the greatest of the dangers. Even little bit of dharma. Right? So you need to really first understand then who you are. That's where it will begin. Who are you? We have been having a lot of discussion about this topic. Please bear with me as we go through this, because even Krishna is also taking the same approach. He is really hard hitting on this thing, because unless we understand this first principles of it, we will not be able to really get to the next stage of the advanced spirituality. To really focus, really understand that Krishna is trying to tell you something which is so sublime. Understand yourself, basically, and understand what's your true nature then. Just like, we had this poster presentation in our festivals. Sugar has its nature. Right? When you say sugar, it means sweet. It doesn't make sense, sugar and it's bitter. It doesn't really make sense. A fire, the moment you say fire, it means there is light and there is heat. Okay? That is the meaning of fire. There is no meaning to fire if there is no light and heat. Okay? So that's the nature of fire. So that's, you can call it as, this is the dharma of fire. This is dharma of sugar being what it is. The question is, what is your dharma then? And to understand that, you need to first understand who you are. And once you understand who you are, you start understanding what's your dharma, what exactly is I need to be supposedly be doing, the purpose of life, and all these things become clear when you start understanding who you are. Yeah. The moment you start the journey, Krishna is telling you this will protect you from the greatest of the fear. And the greatest of the fear is that, you're somehow rushing towards some unknown destination of life. Everybody is running such a fast life now. We are doing this Harinam Kirtans outside nowadays, and I see that people are just very busy, right? Nobody really has time as such. Extremely busy. As humans, if there is a meaning to that busyness, I don't know. But people are really busy, extremely busy. But doing what? That's a question mark. But everybody's busy. Is that the form of life we want to live? Yeah, maybe we can choose to live like that, but then that life is going to get crashed one day so hard that you will not have a chance anymore to think about what do I want to do next. I don't think any of you have seen like an elephant which is sitting in a meditation and then trying to figure out what's going on in life. Right? Or there is global warming. Right? They don't do this. No animal does this. As long as the basic necessities of life is fulfilled, they're happy. Right? So, Hare Krishna. That's our premise of what Krishna is trying to convey here. Right? What exactly is your life's direction? Where is it heading? Yeah, you're going very fast. You're very busy. Perfect, no problem. Where? Going where? If you see somebody going in the car, let's say someone is driving. In Germany, there is autobahns, right? Like people go so fast. But then everybody who's driving there do know that, yes, I'm going somewhere, right? I don't think people are just randomly driving on like autobahns. Where are you going? I don't know. Right? Not many people do that, I guess. Maybe they'll go for a jolly ride, but they do know that, I want to come back home. Right? Yeah, right now I'm just, it's a pleasure drive, but they do know that they're going to come back. Not many people are there on autobahns who are like going in 250 and you ask them, where are you going? I don't know. Perhaps not many people. Majority of the people will know, this is where I'm heading. And in general, as population of the world right now, very fast, but where? I don't know. What's the next destination? I have no idea. And life will, when the life comes crash on that end, if you are not really thinking about these things, if you are really not spiritual by then, if you have not spent enough time, sufficient time into organizing ourselves for a future which is also insurance protected, as Krishna is putting it here, that's going to be the biggest fear, because that's a roller coaster. It doesn't really matter how you think that time. You have to wait until you come back in the cycle again. You will come back. It's not going to be a dead end. Our philosophy is not that you will rot in hell forever. No, that's not our philosophy. You will come back eventually. It may take like some million years maybe. Right? You will come back again. You will become a human again. It's just the question is, are you wanting to take this kind of chance in life? That it doesn't matter anyway. I enjoy. I see that even cats are enjoying, dogs are enjoying, sometimes more comfortably than humans, especially in the Netherlands. So yeah, I don't mind to become like one, and then please become one. And then after that something else, after that something else, after that something else, eventually some million years, and then come back, become a human again. So if someone wants to do that, please be our guest, no problem. But Bhagavad Gita philosophy is for people who are like, no, I don't want to get into that kind of mess. It's really mess. So far, I don't know which all lives I have been coming across. Now I am a human. I want to take this seriously. This life has to be now made some sense, at least, if not. And that's the meaning of Swalpamapyasya Dharmasya. At least little bit of effort. Start putting it, because then what happens is that your karmic reactions, they change. You can actually change. You can control your reactions. Right? You can cut down your karmic reactions. You decide then what's the next step. Is it making sense? Just like you decide on your insurance, you can decide what's your next destination. At least you can ensure that you have an opportunity wherein next life is going to be a step above humans, because they're also living entities which are above humans, with better facility to explore and experience spirituality. You can become a sage. You can. There is enough opportunity to become like that. So that's Krishna's calling. That start. Reaching, anyway, is not in our control. Start the process. And it is very simple in this age and time. It's very simple. All that we need to do is get onto a sattvic life, which means my eating habits, how I behave, and how do I conduct myself, and all this in general lifestyle, how we have adapted ourselves into, make that sattvic, meaning more conducive in goodness. Recite Hare Krishna mantra as a sadhana every day, as a dinacharya every day. You have to sit down and do this. Study the Vedic knowledge literature. Veda means knowledge. So try to absorb Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and then see how much you can actually learn. Then come to this sort of good association. It's very simple. Life is not really that complicated. Spiritual life is actually very simple. Once you start understanding how things are working, you actually become comfortable living a human life. You'll become comfortable, for sure. There may be things going on. I'm not saying that, you'll start getting 25-degree winters in Netherlands. No, perhaps will not happen. Right? Perhaps it's never going to change like that, but it really doesn't matter. I'm also not saying that there will be no troubles, difficulties in your life. No, they will come. And we discussed this last time. Agama paina anityaha. The suffering and happiness keep coming, one after the other. There is no end to it. Diryana, maybe you can listen to our last time's discussion. We discussed a few other previous verses in Gita. So they will keep coming, but your response to those things will change, because you have become a spiritual entity now. You look at situations in a different eyes. That's what Krishna is saying in verse 40. Any quick thoughts on this? Anyone?
You said a level higher than human beings. What does that mean?
And there are higher, more evolved beings also. Right? Our body is made of Pancha Mahabhutas, the 5 preliminary elements of nature: earth, water, fire, air, ether. There are living entities which are made of more subtle elements. Like in our existence, mind is a component, intelligence is a component. But then there are living entities who don't have this kind of body. Their body is not grossly material. They are a level high. The entirety of existence is just mind. Right? And they exist. There are even higher ones who don't even have mind as a covering, just intelligence. It's fully just intellect. Right? So there are higher and higher forms of, subtler and subtler forms of existence. So that's something which can come. But ultimately, anyway, the point is that we can choose now. Where is my life's trajectory heading? Am I just crashing somewhere? Or can I advance and go to the next step? In the evolution of, we speak of evolution, but our evolution is not evolution of bodies. We don't tell that, yeah, there was a monkey which became a man. No. Monkey was also existing, man was also existing. And the person who is living inside that monkey can be a monkey sometime, can be a dog sometime, can be a horse sometime, and a human sometime. That's how our evolution theory works. Right? Or devolution theory. It works both ways. Right? So it's not just evolution, because you can choose. It could be evolution or devolution. It's up to us. In human life, there is this. It's a junction. You can choose. It's going down or going up. Yeah? Any other thoughts?
So there are multiple higher levels.
Yes.
in a human being.
Yes. Many. Yes.
So is it that when you find your true self,
Mhm.
do actions in line with yourself, then you cannot go back to being an animal again. You cannot be reborn as an animal, but you can only be reborn
Yes.
as something higher.
Yes. At least this level or higher. Right?
Stay on this human level
Or higher. Yeah. So that's the whole, because then if you understand it intellectually and rationally, the whole understanding is that you, in your journey, you achieved a state, right? It makes sense that next step is at least a step higher than that. If you didn't use the instruments which you were given, I'll give you an example. Shane has children, right? You have children? 2 children. How old are they?
They are 13 and 16.
13, 16. Shane, when they were 2 and 5, I'm sure you would have gotten them some toys to play, right? Something. Let's say the initial investment which Shane did was 50 euros, right? He brought them 50 euro toys, right? And the moment they saw the toys, they just banged it, right? Into pieces, right? Shane got 50 euro worth toy, just gave it to them, just literally, it came to their hand and into pieces next moment. Next time Shane wants to bring something, what's the value of the toy he brings? 5?
10.
10? Shane, let's ask Shane. What's the value you would bring, Shane?
Try to fix the old toy.
And that's gone. It's like pieces, right? You can't really fix it. It's gone. You want to, and after some time, maybe like 15 days, maybe, you wanted to bring one more toy. What's the value of the toy you would bring for them? Just be very realistic now, okay?
At that age, a few euros.
Few euros? 5? 5? Let's fix 5. Shane would bring 5 euros toy. The moment they got that 5, just bang it again, pieces. What would Shane do next time?
5.
Again 5. Keep bringing 5. No toys anymore, right? These guys are not good for toys anymore, right? Yeah, but not learning. And they just, you give them, just smashing it. So the value of the toy keeps going down and down and down, and then you start bringing them from the trash, maybe something. Yeah, you're gonna take this. Anyway, it's a trash. You break them, right? Right? Makes sense? I'm not making it up, right? If you're a parent, you would do this for sure. Yeah. Now, on the other hand, let's say that the guys or girls,
Boys.
the guys really valued 50 euro worth. They took such nice care of it, such an amazing, they just kept it. So they played so much, and then cooperatively, in friendship, they were playing, really taking care of it. And next time Shane wants to bring a toy, how much value would you spend now?
Say the question again.
So in the first case, they were smashing it as soon as you give, right? In the second case, now it's a different case. You brought a 50 euro worth. This is the first situation again. You brought them a 50 euro worth toy. But this case, they really taking care of it really, really nicely. Yeah. And they're valuing it. They're thankful to you for bringing it. They're playing with it very nicely. And now you're in your trip again or something. You want to bring them something, some toy. How much value would you bring them? You would not go back to 5 euros, right?
But depends.
Yeah, but if 50 or higher, right? Because you have confidence that yes, these guys will take care of it. If I bring something to them, they value it. Yeah, you have this feeling underlying that they're not going to spoil it. So whatever I am giving to them, it's an investment. They're going to keep it for a long time. They're going to value it. So you keep increasing your, maybe one day if they ask then, Papa, I want a tablet or a computer or something, you'll happily give them because you know that yoga. Because you know that they're going to value it really and are going to keep it with them, right?
For a few months, yes.
Yes, yeah. So when they ask some even expensive things, maybe you will not be worrying so much. If in the first case, the people are breaking things, if they come and ask, no, I want iPhone 16. Right? So you would think a lot, like, should I really first start maybe with some small toys, first start maintaining them. I'm just trying to give this example to make you understand that Mother Nature is exactly like a parent. Right? When you're given something, if you value, you start actually utilizing it well, you'll be given something which is at least that much or better. Right? They will not devalue your value. Right? A parent would not be unnecessarily scolding a child, even though the child is really behaving good. Right? So, as the children of the Mother Nature, if we are really valuing this life, what we want next? To get next is going to be at least this good or better than this, because we are valuing what we have been given. We are trying to live a life which is making sense. Right? So, and that's Krishna's calling here. Right? Swalpa, and just start with the process. At least give it a try. You may or may not like it. At least you will be having enough conviction in the heart that, yeah, I got in front of this form of spirituality in which I am responsible for my actions. And because of my actions in the past, I have got something now. I can actually control my karma with my choices. And I want to start practicing spirituality in the real essence of it. At least you will have some satisfaction that, yeah, you gave a good shot. Yeah? That's the meaning of swalpa. Swalpa means little. Even a little bit of endeavor in this path can actually give you protection for a long time to come, eternally. What's the time? 8? Good. So we'll do the next verse also there. Please turn your pages then, 241. Vrija, we are doing 2nd chapter, 41st verse. Okay, please recite after me. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Okay, nobody is really attentive yet. Let's do it again. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kurunandana bahushakha hi anantascha buddhayo vyavasayinam. Let's do one more time. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kurunandana bahushakha hi anantascha buddhayo vyavasayinam. Let's recite together. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kurunandana bahushakha hi anantascha buddhayo vyavasayinam. So what Krishna is saying in this verse is that if someone is resolute in their practice of spirituality, their direction of life is one. They're just focused. And those people who have no attention whatsoever in spirituality, their intelligence is having no boundary, just spread all over. Today you think about this, very next moment you think about something else. You want to focus on one thing in life, mind just cannot, support your endeavors, and just all over the places, all the time. Always stressed out, not knowing what to do in life, no goals. You want to do A, mind tells B, you get into B, mind tells C, into C, you start doing Z. Right? That's the situation of life for people who are having no direction in life. So it sort of aligns with what we have been discussing. And makes sense, right? If someone really understands the value of human life and goes back to the purpose of life, and you'll start using it the way it's supposed to be. Right? Some time ago, I gave this example of Mercedes-Benz. You have a Mercedes-Benz. I don't know which class is the best. I was told in Berlin that there is a class called as AMG series or something. That's the best. If you have this Mercedes AMG, you know what it to be used for, right? And yeah, you're taking care of it. You're really valuing it. Perhaps I'm not using it for just going and clearing out tulips fields in Netherlands. I'll use Mercedes for just plowing through and taking out the weeds, and you won't perhaps do that. So human life is very special, very important, and the moment you understand the significant use of this and start doing it, you'll understand that there is a purpose now to the life. And intelligence, of course, situations are happening, you're being troubled, happiness, distress is coming, winter is, summer is coming, yes, all happening. But you as a person, you know where it's heading. Where is the focus of life? Where exactly is the direction of life? What I need to be pursuing in life, you are clear about it. If that direction is not there, if that purpose is not there for life, then everything under the sun, just keep thinking about it, just be frustrated. See, happiness is something which is so much wanted. Everybody in the world want to become happy, but have no idea how to become happy. Right? So that happiness which we are some or the other try to pursue, it's just a very transient feeling. You understand what's a transient meaning of transient? Just it looks like you get it, but then it's not there. As a meaning of transient, it just feel like I really wanted this, and then you pursue so much, give so much of effort, and then you get it, and then you want something else. That's the meaning of transient experience. It's not really sticking. Somebody is really pursuing to get a house, let's say. Right? Put so much of effort. Finally, you have a house. Not that the moment you get the house, you're like, oh yeah, my life is perfect now, all perfect, I can die. Mm-hmm. No, there's something else which you want. You start pursuing that. So during the pursuit, what journey which you had, you were thinking that yes, the moment I get this, that's happiness. But then you get it, and the definition of happiness changes afterwards. Is not getting house anymore. It's something else. So that's the meaning of transient, right? It was just for a long time you pursued, you got it. The definition changed now. Something else. That's how we all live. The reason because it's like a fish which is out of water. Right? A fish which is there in the water, perhaps is not able to appreciate water enough. But the moment you take it out, if you go and give an iPhone 16 or whatever, a fish is really not happy. And a fish can try to be happy with all these things, and you are giving many different things. Right? A fish is really happy if you just put it back. Right? So our situation is like that of a fish out of water, and unfortunately we are thinking, and we have no idea what we want really, how we should be getting back to water. But we are trying to explore so many hundreds of different avenues to become happy. And in that entire journey, only get frustration as the end result. Not really happiness as the end. I'm not telling again transient situations, right? Yeah, you may feel some satisfaction, some happiness, but then your definition of happiness changes. And if you're honest, we agree to this, right? It really is, there's nobody in the world that, everything, I'm just so happy. So, doesn't matter whichever sort of happiness it is, bodily, mental, physical, intellectual, doesn't matter. Whatever sort of happiness which you're pursuing, all those definitions are just transient experiences, not really sticking in a way that I become so satiated in my heart that, wow, nice, this was good. And I can just be like this forever. I don't need anything anymore. I don't really need any more seeking anymore. We never feel like that. Right? So the point is that once we understand that, yes, I have been just misdirected all this while, let me start understanding what is true happiness. Right? We have had a discussion about this before. Peace is not the default state. And people think that, if I'm peaceful, no. Peace is a byproduct. Happiness is the default state. If you're happy, you're peaceful by default. Right? Because constitutionally, your position is Sat, Chit and Ananda. Sat means eternal, Chit means full of consciousness, Ananda is full of bliss. The default position of a living entity, like fish in the water, is not Sat, Chit and Shanti. It is not. Sat, Chit and Ananda. You're blissful by default. And that's why we are seeking that all the time. When we are frustrated seeking happiness, we want peace. Then, right? Like, oh, I'm so frustrated. I just want peace in life. Why? Because you are frustrated in the pursuit of happiness. So Krishna is saying here, stop running 100 different directions. Understand your purpose and start acting towards that one direction. You'll become happy. And your goal of life will be just very defined. What do you want to become? I really want to become, understanding myself. That's what I want to become in this journey. Yeah. So I stop there. Any thoughts, questions, comments?
Yeah, what do you think yourself is true consciousness?
Can you elaborate on the question?
What do you think yourself is a true consciousness? The truth consciousness, Sat, Chit, Ananda.
Yes.
What is
Eternal and full of consciousness.
What is your opinion?
About consciousness?
Yeah, what is the true consciousness? What is your opinion?
Okay. About my opinion about your consciousness or my consciousness? I'm sorry, I'm not getting the question
About
fully.
Sat, Chit, Ananda.
Yes, about my opinion about Chit. Is that what you're asking?
Sat, Chit.
Yes. Sat is eternal. And Chit is full of consciousness.
What is your opinion? What is that?
About Chit.
What is
My
the
opinion
true-
about Chit, right?
What is true consciousness? Yeah.
Okay.
You have to learn this one.
Sure.
I think she means that what
We have to learn what is true
definition
consciousness.
Is Sat, you mean truth? Is that what you're meaning?
Yeah, what do you think?
Okay. Okay. About consciousness or about Sat and Chit? Because Sat also could mean truth. So,
If we have no true consciousness, we are not anand, we have no bliss. So what
yes,
is that?
yes.
What
So,
is your opinion?
so the first thing is about, let's start with Sat. What is Sat? Sat means eternal. That which is not really on a temporary fluctuating platform, that which is on an eternal platform. Now, consciousness, we all understand what is consciousness. Right now, our consciousness is permeating through this body which we have, right? And somebody's conscious means that, yeah, I go and pinch Shane, he'll figure out, yeah, somebody's pinching me. If I pinch Shane, Sarthak is not going to understand that I'm pinching Shane. He can see, but that sensation is not there, that consciousness is not there, right? So right now I'm conscious of this body, but this body is not mine, right? Even though I'm conscious of this body, is not mine, because one day I need to leave this body. I may be entering another body and I'll become conscious of that body then. And then I'll enter something else. So I'm undergoing this temporary existence in which my consciousness is being curtained. Let's say I have an elephant body, really huge. I can really feel the entire body of elephant, right? I'm conscious of that body. Somebody is a giraffe, really very tall, but still conscious. Something happens in the feet, it's able to figure out that, yeah, it's my body and it's working. So right now the consciousness is constrained in this temporary existence which we have. That consciousness in which it's being projected outside as this is me and mine needs to start understanding, no, it's not mine. This is not mine. This is not me also. Right? So consciousness is sort of projected outside and constrained within a body now. That has to turn inside and understand, who am I? What is my position? And that position is part and parcel of Krishna. So that is the real consciousness. But to arrive there, I need to change this external projection of consciousness, which is there right now permeating through this body, and only just constrained also within this body. It has to change the direction of projection, not outside, but inside. I need to start becoming conscious of myself. Right now I'm not. I'm conscious of body now. Right? I'm not conscious of self, myself. So that's different. So the whole process of sadhana is about uncovering these conditionings which we have, in which I'm externally conscious to become internally conscious. Making sense? Yeah. That's what I want to say. Sorry, I was not able to figure out what is the question, but that's my answer. Okay? Hare Krishna. Any other thoughts? Yes, Raja?
There's several times in the scriptures it said that human life is the best form of life.
Yes.
For spiritual life.
Yes.
Go back to Godhead.
Yes.
And you mentioned earlier that there are higher forms of life.
Yes.
Assuming that it's higher, that would be better.
Yes.
Could you explain a bit more why you said that it's the best form of life?
So, when we say human form is conducive for spiritual life, we need to understand that this can be a starting step, right? In a way that the constitutional position of human body is not structured in a way that you'll be enjoying so much, also not structured in a way that you'll be just suffering. So it's a mixture of happiness, distress. Many times in higher planes of existence, what happens is there is so much of enjoyment, it's a bit difficult to think about spirituality. Even though the facility is higher, it's a bit difficult to actually practice a sadhana. But that doesn't mean that there are not people who are spiritual there. There are people who are spiritual. It's a bit difficult. And if we get into lower forms of life, of course, that's very, it's common sense. It's really difficult to practice spirituality being in an elephant body or a dog body. Or, really, I'm not even able to think. It doesn't matter how much a tiger is hungry. If you start preaching to the tiger that, no, become a vegan from tomorrow, right? It just cannot get it, right? Asmita can go and preach so much to the tiger, you have to become a vegan. It doesn't matter how much Asmita will be the next food if she just tries, right? The tiger will eat Asmita and yoga. What are you doing? So So that we understand. Lower forms of life is difficult for spiritual life. Higher forms of life also could be difficult for life because of abundant enjoyment. So human life is a mix of both. So in that sense, it is more conducive. But if someone becomes really spiritual in this life, and when they get higher forms of life, right, they are not going to misuse it. Yeah, if let's say you have been given a body which is now, there is no constraint of the physical form, let's say you're operating in the mind level, you will not be misusing it. Right? So someone who elevates themselves to a higher plane of existence from human life, being spiritual, they are not going to misuse that forms of life. There are also other ways of attaining that life, by being a good person, just by doing charity and by doing lots of austerity, or without being spiritual, but just on a material desire. Also, you could have, no, I just want to have higher forms of enjoyment. Just like I could just desire that I just want to enjoy in Switzerland all the time. Yeah, I can pursue and just try to go there and be like that. But then one day I'll become bored. Right? So that's what happens in the higher forms of life also. If someone is just desiring, yeah, I just want to enjoy better in higher forms of life, they could get there, but then that will not be sustainable for them. But if someone gets there after being spiritual in human life, it's better for them then. They will contribute much more, right?
So it's not that they get, because I understood that it's just you get more attached because you're enjoying so much.
Not necessarily everyone. Yeah, if someone is spiritual, that will, Krishna has he tells in the further verses in Gita that Ananyas chintayanto ma mejana paryupasate tesham nitya abhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. So if someone is actually surrendered to Krishna, is living a spiritual life in this life and has actually got a next life which is higher and better, it's also a portion of responsibility on Krishna to make sure that they are sustaining there and advancing from there, right? So it's not that one will be remaining as a human and from here one becomes spiritual. One can actually get to the next advanced level of life and from there also continue to advance. So yeah, but then to begin spirituality, this is better forms of life, because if someone is really enjoying, it's hard to tell them that yeah, life is suffering, right? Because in Devatas, for example, the whole concept of Devatas and people who are there in Swarga, this existence of in Swarga, people are not born like a baby and in the womb, and they are born full-fledged, ready to enjoy, and they live long life, thousands of years, just enjoying. Right? It is not like in this, 9 months you're in the womb of the mother and then you come out crying. And no, they just full-fledged, they just appear, because the body is not made of earth, water, fire, ether. It's subtle body. Right? So full-fledged, ready for enjoyment, long time enjoyment, then just going to next life then afterwards. Right? So to someone who is enjoying like that, if I go and tell them no, life is suffering, they'll be like, you crazy or what? I'm enjoying enough. Right? So in human life, I can come and tell, no, your life is suffering, and everybody like, yeah, sure. Like 3 years we suffered COVID. Everybody had to wear mask and couldn't shake hands. So, we'll be having enough opportunities in human life to actually start this process. Yeah? Thank you. Sure. Thanks. Hare Krishna. Yes, Sarthak.
Yeah, I have a question. So, how do you really define that we are really spiritual, or how to define the spiritual goal?
Once you start becoming spiritual, a few things which will happen. One is that the effect of material existence start becoming less on you, meaning that yeah, you may be undergoing situations in life which are pleasure and pain and suffering and distress, whatever, but what that creates on you, how you respond to those things, start changing. So one way. Second, some divine qualities will start appearing in your heart, and you'll start actually becoming a divine person. It's somebody who is a sadhu, a sage, and this person is tolerant, he's humble, he's patient, he's happy all the time, irrespective of what's going on outside. This guy is friend of all living entities. He's just so merciful. Right? So this is Srimad Bhagavatam tells Titikshaha Karunikaha. Right? Becomes tolerant person. It doesn't matter what the other things are going on in life. I'm just tolerating it. I'm merciful. I'm Ajata Shatrava. I have no enemies in this world. Everybody is a friend. Yeah. Suhradam Sarvadehinam. I'm just best friend of everyone. So these positive qualities will also start coming in your heart. And that's how you can see that, yes, I'm actually, some effect of spirituality is happening now. Otherwise, it's just mental speculation, hallucination that, oh, I'm spiritual. I find yoga, I'll fight with yoga. I fight Shane, I fight with Shane. Vraja, I fight. Because they're all bad people. And I'm very spiritual. That's craziness. Right? This has to start coming in our behavior, in our attributes, how we are actually functioning, what's our core matter, what exactly is built with, right? Our core behavior, that starts changing. Subhava, technically called as Subhava, that changes. It okay? Hare Krishna. Yes, Shane. What's the time?
35.
35. Last question then, Shane.
Yeah, so I think what you're saying is that in this life we can become more spiritual.
Yes.
And I think you're also saying to reach the next level, that is when you die, and you might reach the next level after that. Is that what you mean?
No. You could reach next level right now.
Okay.
Any level right now. It's about how my consciousness is evolving during this life and after that life. You need not necessarily die to experience spirituality.
I mean, in the Vedic way, go to the next body.
You could, if you are not perfect in this life yet, then you will be going to the next body, irrespective of whether you want it or not, or it doesn't matter. You will go to next body anyways, right? I may be having, I don't know, 20 years or 20 days to live. I have no idea. So after that, I'll be going to the next body. Life is not going to stall just because I don't believe it, right? If I pick up, what can I pick up? Let's pick up this. Yeah, I pick this up, I drop, but I don't believe in gravity. It doesn't matter. I pick this up, yeah, pick this up, I drop, it will fall. It doesn't matter whether I believe in gravity or not, because this is laws of nature. That's what it is. Karma is a laws of nature also. It doesn't matter whether you believe it, not believe it, doesn't matter. Once we are done.
Karma is laws of nature.
Laws, yeah, LAWS, laws.
Law.
Yes. Yeah. So exactly like gravity. That's a law of nature also, right? So that's how it is. So in this life, we have now some undefined time period. We don't know. None of us know how much it is. But if we become spiritual, then the next step is going to be a bit more conducive for picking up where we have left off. If we perfect it now, which is also possible, then yeah, you don't take birth again there. Then you live in a spiritual existence. Or you don't suffer because of birth, old age, disease, death anymore. Is it making sense? If we perfect our life as a human being, let's say, just intuitively understanding it again, just putting numbers behind it. Let's say I started with 0% spiritual advancement. I went till 100. Yeah, and then afterwards, there is no birth in which I suffer like this, or birth, old age, disease, death. I become subjected to the conditions of material nature. I will not be. Yeah. If let's say I only get to 30%, in next life, facility is provided so that you start from 31st%. Yeah. And then you continue from there. And how many life you take? Krishna tells in Gita, Bahunam Janmana Mante, the 7th chapter, will come to that later. Some people take a lot of time. It could be also just instantaneous. Depends on our sincerity in this life. Okay.
But you can reach 100%.
You can, yes. Yeah. Even right now, once author of this Purports, Srila Prabhupada, he was asked by an audience that how much time does it take to actually become perfect? He did like this much amount of time, right? Because it's just, as I said in the beginning when Sri Premavati was asking, It's just about the projection. Where exactly have we projected ourselves to be? We have projected ourselves to be in this now. The entirety of consciousness is into this, what we have. So that projection needs to change. No, this is not me and this is not mine. Both these conditions need to be understood and practiced. Not me and not mine. Right? So where am I then? Who am I then? And that's something which is internal. And the moment I am able to do that projection on the real self, that's it. So for that, it takes a lot of time then. So even though Prabhupada said it like this, for us, it's going to take some time. Going to end there. So let's meet again next week and continue to the discussion. Just because it was a heavy discussion, I would like to end with a quick kirtan, if you don't mind. Just 3-4 minutes maybe. We also started a bit late today, so that's okay. Just so that we are brought back to some sweet experience. Otherwise, philosophy can be overwhelming at times. No. Try to absorb yourself in the recitation of the mantras and just give yourself to the mantra. Reciting Krishna's name as Radha and Govinda. Radha is Krishna's feminine aspect. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. All of us, one more time. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. One more time. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda all of us. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda One last time.
Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. So dinner now. This was good neutralizer. Ending with Kirtan is always good.